Marriage questions. Biblically, if an angel appears to a virgin and says you will have a child, you are allowed to ask, how can these things be? Seeing that I know not a man. You are allowed to ask questions, even in the spirit. So be moved by emotions, but use sense. Una dey hear? Marriage is a business decision. What did I say? So what I'm trying to tell you is this: who you get married to can affect your career, can affect your health, can affect your finances, can affect your ministry. It can destroy. There is nothing else or nothing in your life that the wrong partner cannot destroy. You know, some people say poetically, there is no place in hell hotter than a woman's rage. And it's applicable to both genders, but the saying is targeted at women. If a woman mean you, only Jehovah. Only Jehovah. You know, I read about an oil tycoon who was asked to pay $974 million to his wife in compensation for divorce. It's not my business to tell you who is right or wrong. I'm just here to tell you, at the end of the day, it's a business decision. Who you get married to is a business decision. And you know what's crazy? She didn't want to collect it at first. She felt she deserved more. True life story. You know, but eventually she collected it grudgingly. And what I'm saying affects both genders. 50% of divorced women experience decline in their financial well-being, with many of them falling into poverty. Marriage is a business decision. The person by your side may need this desperately. Help me inconvenience the person for a bit and say, Pastor said I should tell you that marriage is a business decision. We need to talk about it. We just have to talk about it. Listen, was it not barely a few weeks ago that a so-called gospel artist in this country butchered his wife, his girlfriend, cut her into pieces. They found her body parts in pieces. When you're listening to a sermon like this, you think there is no way such a thing can happen to you. It's something, I'm letting you know. Before you talk about being happy in a home, it takes a lot of nerve to just sleep with a stranger in the same bed. It's not. I'm not trying to scare you. I'm telling you something that is a statistic reality. So don't just say, God forbid. Shine your eyes. Watch for the signs. I'm going to tell you some of the things to look out for. And since it's a business decision, let's use business terms. In the business world, there is something called KYC. Have you heard of it before? What is KYC? So in this case, KYP, know your partner. Don't sit across the table on a date asking stupid questions. Just saying foolish things. My view, your view, Jehovah overview. Your life may be in danger, my friend. Pull out your paper. Start the interview. Ask serious questions. Not, your elbow, has it always been this nice? My friend, use your sense. Ask sensible questions. Look at Luke chapter 14 from verse 28. Please open your Bibles. Luke 14:28. For which of you intending to build a tower does not sit down first? I like this. It sounds very Nigerian. Please tell the person by the side, say sit down first. First sit down. You want to build a home? Sit down. Let's talk about this. Let's plan. Sit down first. You are too anxious, too worried. A lot of single people are trying to run into marriage. A lot of married people are trying to run out. Sit down first. Be calculative. Don't just let your emotions drive you. You know, it was Miles Monroe that made a very controversial statement. He said, love is not enough. You know, a lot of Christians like semantics. Love is patient, love is kind. I am speaking in common language. When people hear the word love, what comes to their mind? That romantic impulse is not enough. That's what they meant. And I agree. I know when we see like this, our heart will be hitting bing, 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 bing. You know, or like a philosopher said, my heart go jiggy, 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 bam, bam, you know, or something like that. But I think it was Don Wen or something. But let us first sit down and think, does it make sense? And let me tell you something, guys. You are the ones more likely to make a mistake on this, and I'll tell you why. Because you see, women, they act like they're just all romantics, hopeless romantics. Women are more logical than men when it comes to who they will get married to. You know, I told you last year, if you remember, it is men who have the romantic fantasy that a woman should accept them for who they are. And women think that's funny, that's cute. Women choose their spouses like they're making a career choice. Just like you have a good job, but you find a better one, and you go to your boss and say, it's been nice here. It's not you, it's me. I'm explaining why your last relationship ended. Let me tell you what they couldn't tell you. Bro, hustle. Just take your life more seriously. Because I am telling you, it's a business decision. They consider everything, including how their name will sound against your surname. Sure, you hear their response. Because they may just not want to be Sharon Agbalumo. Like, why Agbalumo go be my surname? You know, when I said this in the first service, someone tweeted, Pastor is outing us. Yeah. It's that this month it go hot. Both sides. It must make sense logically. Are you getting what I'm saying? Even if you see an angel, you are allowed to ask questions. Biblically, it is, listen, you are allowed to ask, how can these things be? If in the spirit you see something impractical, illogical, you can ask. If an angel appears to a virgin and says you will have a child, you are allowed to ask, how can these things be? Seeing that I know not a man. You are allowed to ask questions, even in the spirit.